Welcome back, bestie. Welcome back to my channel. You already know, you, me, here can mean, somebody say it, one thing and one thing only, a new BuffBunny collection launched. So grab a chair, put on your comfiest, fluffiest socks, because today we are going to do a BuffBunny collection haul and review with the new Summit launch by BuffBunny collection. I feel like this is BuffBunny's way of saying, yes, it's cold outside. No, you're not skipping cardio. As the name suggests, this collection is very winter themed. We're talking fleece, fleece lined, cozy but still cute pieces that are perfect for my girls who are doing cardio, who are doing walking, incline treadmill, hot girl jogs, all while refusing to be freezing or frumpy. There are a ton of new colors, some really fun camo moments, and a few brand new pieces that we have never seen before. So practical and cute BuffBunny, you did not have to go this hard, but we're glad you did. I'm going to be walking you through everything I personally got in my PR box, and don't worry, I'll have timestamps linked below as always, so you can skip ahead straight to the pieces that you care about. I'll also have my measurements on screen throughout the video so you can get a better idea of fit and sizing, because guessing sizing in winter wear, full contact sport. The Summit collection is BuffBunny's way of bringing the heat, pun intended, to its first winter collection. We've been waiting so long for fleece, and she's here, she's thick, she's warm, she's here to help you with the seasonal depression. Not gonna lie, these pieces make me feel like I might actually be able to do cardio, period, not to mention cold weather cardio, and maybe even tolerate it, like it, I don't know. We've got a ton of layering options in this collection as well, so you can go from outdoor to work to gym to errands without looking like you've completely given up on life. Also, the camo, unexpectedly cute. Hands up, I was skeptical, and now influenced. And quick reminder, the Summit collection launches January 31st, that's a Saturday, at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So set your watches, set your calendar, warm your wallet. It is going down. As always, you can shop the launch with my code BEST, that's B-E-S-T, it's my last name. That code of course gets you a nice little 10% off, but it also supports me as well, and truly so grateful for any of you that choose to shop my code. So with that being said, we will jump right into it. If you are looking for some cozy or cardio fits, keep on watching. This one's for you. Also, if you're not, make sure you're following me on Instagram for more try-ons and real-time launch chaos, and probably me and you in my DMs debating whether or not I need everything in multiple colors. All right, enough yapping, let's get into it. So first up, Dream Heather leggings, for me personally, the star of the show. This is a piece I will never shut up about. These are the leggings I will save in a fire if I had to. I love the Dream Heather leggings. If you've been around for a while or watched any of my BuffBunny content, you already know this, but I'm gonna say it again for the girls in the back. These are some of my absolute favorite leggings BuffBunny makes, easily top 3. Top tier, Hall of Fame, no notes, one of my favorite leggings. So first off, let's talk about the fabric because she deserves her moment. So these are made of a recycled polyester and spandex, which means they are insanely soft, super stretchy, they move with you, and she's environmentally friendly. We love a legging that's doing cardio and saving the planet at the same time. Now these are a little bit thicker of a legging, but in no way are they stiff. They are very stretchy and super soft. So you feel held, you feel supported, you feel secure, but you're not suffocating. It's a medium compression, very wearable, very I could live in this and not complain kind of thing, and I do. Fit-wise, these are listed as a high-rise. They do fall a little bit lower for some of the other athletes. I have a short torso, so they do fit high-rise for me. They cover my belly button exactly where I want them. There's no rolling or no sliding for me, no mid-workout adjusting. We're not fighting for our lives in these in the middle of a workout. There is an elasticized seam in the back, but it's not aggressive like the aggressive scrunch I also love. It's very, very subtle. So one of the reasons I love these leggings is because I just think as far as a legging goes, they're really, really tasteful, and they have a very subtle V-back glute contour that gives you that glute separation without screaming, "Look at my butt," which I think is really, really nice. Doing the Lord's work, but like quietly, you know? Now, of course, this fit variation is tall girl approved. So as we saw with the last iteration in Lift Like a Lady with the Dream Heather leggings, it's coming with 3 inseams, a short, a medium, and a tall. We love that. No accidental capris, no ankle insecurity. Unless that's your thing, by all means, do that. I do strongly recommend staying true to size. I've never had an issue with them being too tight. I've never had to size up or size down or feel like I wish I had. So for me, all around, no notes. One of my personal favorite things about the Dream Heather legging is just how versatile they are. So I feel like the heather detailing in the fabric really makes them look a little bit more elevated and a little bit more intentional. So you can absolutely wear these to the gym, smash a leg day, get your quad pumped, get your glute pumped, but then you can put on a long coat, you can put on a sweater, you can put on boots or a tunic, what have you, and suddenly out running errands, grabbing coffee, whatever, and it looks really, really put together. So I think it's just such a great go-to gym to everyday, seamless, effortless, dangerous for my wallet. I need them all. Another reason I love the Dream Heather leggings is because they're super forgiving on the skin. This Dream Heather pattern is very, very friendly on the skin. So still stretchy and tight enough where it's giving you that shape and that curvature that we're looking for. Great to show off quad pumps, great to show off glute pumps, but still nice and covered enough that we're not going to see any dimpling or any cellulite. Need I say more? I will. Now this fit is the exact same that we saw in Lift Like a Lady last year, which my personal opinion was the best of the best that we've seen of them so far, and it looks like we're sticking with that. I am so pleased. So same fabric, same fit, same perfection. So if you missed them before, or you have been influenced but never pulled the trigger, now is the time. I recommend these every single time, and for a reason. I absolutely love them. So for me, the Dream Heather leggings are quite literally a dream because they are soft on the skin, they're thick, but they're stretchy, they're flattering without trying too hard, and they're super versatile, so you can wear them basically everywhere. I don't say top tier lightly, but when I say top tier, these are top tier, period. Let's move on to the next emotional support item, the Halo long sleeve tee. Anybody who knows me knows me and Halo like this. Absolutely. I'm a Halo tee girl through and through. I live in them. I collect them. I get them every single launch, every single color without hesitation. No questions asked. No self-control present. My love for Halo cannot be overstated. So let's start with the fabric because that's where the magic is for me. The Halo tee is a mix of modal and spandex fabric, and it is giving skin-like. Super light, super airy, insanely soft, and it honestly feels like you're wearing nothing, but in a comfortable, appropriate for the gym kind of way. It moves with you, it breathes, it doesn't cling in any weird way, and it's very, very light. Not super tight, very forgiving, very chill, very, I just threw this on and somehow I'm put together, and we love her for that. Now this launch we do see the Halo long sleeve coming in 2 options, the baby tee and the waist length. I personally got the waist length because I have a short torso and I'm very intentional about not cutting my body into too many visual sections. I want one long, clean, elongated line so my torso looks longer than it really is. We love an optical illusion. So the waist length is perfect for that. Fits just right, doesn't bunch, doesn't overwhelm my frame, and it layers really, really beautifully without looking too bulky. Color-wise, this comes in the pink camo color only, and I do really, really love this camo. It's not super loud, it's not screaming, it's just a subtle pop of pink that feels really interesting and really different, and I just think it's really pretty. It's very, very BuffBunny and very Heidi, I feel, and honestly just like a fun neutral with a twist kind of moment. And the halo tee is so great for layering because it's so soft and stretchy. So it's great under a jacket, under a vest, under a fleece, all the Summit collection pieces, go figure. However, I'm just keeping it real here, it is a little sheer if that's an issue for you. So you can see a sports bra through the fabric if you're wearing it. That's not a deal breaker for me. I actually really kind of like that look, but if you're wearing it out and about, or if you're trying to wear a regular bra with it, probably not a good idea. Also, another caveat, full transparency here, the halo tee is not sweat wicking, so it does show sweat. For me, not an issue. I am admittedly sweaty Betty. I go to the gym to sweat. I sweat all the time, so it doesn't really bother me. But if it is something that bothers you, that is something to think about. Sizing, I do recommend true to size, but honestly, the fabric is so forgiving that you could really size up and size down and still be completely fine. It stretches and has a great stretch retention, and so it works with you. I mean, you truly cannot go wrong here. For me, the halo tee is like one of those pieces, once you try it on, you get it. It's comfortable, it's flattering, it's easy, it's breathable, it's just effortlessly wearable. Gym days, rest days, layering 4 days. It's just, I want to feel cozy but cute, and that ticks all the boxes for me. So no surprise here, my love for halo, unmatched, unwavering, eternal. All right, babes, so now we are officially entering new territory because this is something that is brand new, never before seen, fresh out of the BuffBunny lab. So this is the base layer tee. This is like the halo tee's winter cousin, but function-wise, built different. So we're getting the same general silhouette as we do with the halo tee, easy, flattering, layerable, but this one is really, truly meant for cold weather. This is not a cute little long sleeve situation. This is, I refuse to be cold, but I want to look cute. And the magic is in the fabric. So this fabric is a mix of tencel, wool, and spandex. And the tencel is there for moisture wicking. So it pulls the moisture off the skin, pulls the sweat, the moisture, so you're not left feeling cold and wet. And then of course we've got wool, which does what wool does, keeps you warm and is responsible for insulation. And then the spandex, which keeps things light and super stretchy. So all in all, you get a base layer that actually works. It's warm, breathable, soft, and surprisingly comfortable. When I put this on my skin, I quite literally verbatim went, oh. So this is another piece that is great for layering, gym, outdoor walks, errands, travel. She can do it all. Thin enough, you can wear it under a jacket, under a fleece, under a hoodie, under a vest. It's the kind of piece that like does the most while looking effortless. It has thumb holes, of course, and this new feature, which I absolutely love, it has a watch vent. BuffBunny has incorporated a dedicated opening for your Fitbit or your Apple Watch, so you can live freely without having to roll your sleeve up every 5 minutes. You can check your steps, your texts, your emails, your notifications, and if you have a job that pings you constantly like I do, this will either be a blessing or a curse. But right now, absolutely love it. The base layer tee does come in one length only, and that is a waist length, so it hits right at the top of the leggings for me. I think it's super clean, super flattering, very intentional. It is true to size, I feel, and I'd recommend you can probably stick with your halo tee sizing. This fabric, again, is very stretchy. Sizing up, sizing down, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. If you want it really snug and up against the skin, then I could say you could easily size down, but this fabric definitely allows for that. One teeny tiny caveat is it is a tad sheer. Not wildly, but something to be aware of. So personally, again, doesn't bother me, especially since it's a base layer, so it's meant to be layered anyway, but honestly, final thoughts. I think this is one of those pieces that you don't realize you need until you put it on, and then suddenly you're like, oh, this makes sense. It's warm without being really heavy. It's functional, but not like boring. It's so cute. And they're like these thoughtful details, like this watch vent, that actually make life a little bit easier. So cold weather cardio girls, this one's for you. And even if you're not doing cold weather cardio, like this, I will wear this everywhere. Halo T is sweating right now because it's top dog, but this, ooh, this in every color. At launch day, absolutely picking up the rest of these. Next up, we have the Colorado fleece jacket, which has come back and she's better than ever. She got a little bit of a glow up this time around. So fit update, of course, BuffBunny did make a change to the length of the bottom of the jacket compared to previous editions. So what we saw prior was the jacket coming down below the hips and really hitting a little past the top of the glutes. They've raised that to where now it really sits truly at the hips, which I think perfect. That was quite literally my only complaint with the past versions, is that they were a little too long, and now they fixed it. So now I need every color, right? It just feels more flattering, feels a little bit more intentional sitting at the top of the waist, especially if you're pairing it with a pair of high-rise or even ultra high-rise leggings. Now we've got no bunching, no weird proportions. It's just nice and cozy and cute. Sizing wise, this jacket is very true to size, I feel. That said, I do think if you are larger chested or if you tend to carry more weight in your upper body or through your arms, then I think you might be better off with a size up, just because it does get a little tight, specifically in the arms, and it's a little harder to zip up fully if you're wider across the chest. And I don't have very large breasts as is, but you can see they are on display this time around just because of the compression of the jacket. Or if you are a person who likes to wear a shirt underneath the Colorado fleece jacket, again, I would size up as well, because I feel like this jacket, I'm wearing a medium right now, but if I were to try and put a shirt on underneath, it's really just going to be too bulky and too much fabric. So I prefer in the Colorado fleece just wearing a sports bra, and in that case I stick to a medium. But if you're not planning on just wearing a sports bra, then size up. As far as functionality goes, the fleece is super warm, it's comfortable, it's perfect for cold weather, and of course, like we saw in the base layer tee, it has the watch vent feature. And the way that they designed it is so genius, because they've cut the fabric to where it opens facing towards you, so that if you are running or moving around, you're not going to get wind coming through and entering through the slit and then getting into your jacket and making you feel cold. It's going to keep you insulated and stays down, stays put, keeps you warm, especially if you're not even wearing a watch. So innovation we can feel, literally. So it does have the traditional thumb holes, but it also has a cuffed hand, a cuffed end for your fingers, which is perfect for keeping you super warm, super dry, super comfy. I love this feature personally because my fingers and my extremities always get super, super cold. Zipper pockets along the sides, as well as an additional zipper pocket on the arm, which is great for additional storage. There's also the addition of some reflective detailing on the cuff and on the back of the jacket as well, which I think is really, really nice and really, really safe for anybody doing cardio in the nighttime. And then we've got the traditional subtle hourglass seams right along the front of the jacket, which give you that nice contoured shape, even though you're fully bundled. The color that I got here is the snow camo color, which is hands down the least loud of all the camo prints, but I think it's very wearable. It's still really neutral. It's very goes with everything. So if camo scares you, but you're kind of camo curious, then this is the one for you. So final thoughts, I think that this jacket is super cute, super versatile, super functional, and genuinely great for everyday wear. I think you can mix and match it with so many different outfits, and it just works. I raved about the Colorado fleece jacket before, and now with this fit update, oh, she's refined. This is another one that I will absolutely be getting on launch day. I love these. So next up, of course, in tandem, the Colorado fleece leggings, again in the color snow camo. And let me tell you, this was my very first time trying the Colorado fleece leggings. We'd seen them twice before. The first time we saw them, they had a stirrup on the bottom. Respectfully, not for me. And then they came back again as a flare, which was cute, but just not really what I was going for. So as soon as I saw these in just a legging, pulled the trigger, had to try them out. I had to know. And I'm so glad I tried them because these are so sleek. These are very clean and very, very simple. These leggings are not super loud. They're not ostentatious. They're not doing gymnastics with your glutes. They remind me a lot of the Dream Heather leggings, and the reason why I love them, because in terms of silhouette, they're just minimal, they're refined, they're sophisticated. It's not screaming for attention. It's just very quietly confident. We've got a seamless waistband, which feels very smooth and super flattering. No digging, no weird pressure. We've also got the reflective detailing that we saw to match the jacket, which again is perfect for anyone doing cardio in the early mornings or at night. And there is a very, very subtle glute contour in the back, just enough to do something without being super aggressive. So it gives you shape, but not spectacle. Fabric-wise, this is where they really stand apart. On the outside, we've got a performance fabric, and on the inside, we've got fleece lined. But hear me out, these are not bulky. They're super lightweight, stretchy, comfortable. They don't feel really stiff or heavy, and they don't lock you in. You're not like wearing a sleeping bag. So even though I live in Texas, in South Texas, and I don't find these overly hot or unwearable. So these are great for cooler weather, but also really, really manageable in places that maybe don't get aggressively cold. So to me, I just think they're a really, really solid winter wardrobe staple. These do come in 3 inseams, short, regular, and tall. So again, tall girl approved. They are listed as a high-rise legging, and that definitely checks out. They do hit above my belly button. Sizing wise, I think they're true to size. I think whatever your size is in something like a Newbury, like a legacy legging, stick with that. Even whatever your size is in aggressive scrunch, stick with that and you should be fine. No guesswork required. So I think even though this is my first time trying the Colorado fleece leggings, certainly will not be my last. Absolutely no, I'll be picking up more of these on launch day. I am officially converted. All right, so next up we have all things Plush Fleece. We have Plush Fleece straight leg pants and the Plush Fleece zip up hoodie. I don't know how many times I'm going to mess up saying Plush Fleece, but say it 5 times fast. Anyway. So as we all know, quick little BuffBunny cold weather fabric refresher. We have Threads fabric, Cloud fabric, and Plush Fleece fabric. You guys know Threads is my #1 ride or die, hands down, absolute favorite, but Plush Fleece coming in second, and I mean a close second, neck and neck, she's right there. Plus, the Plush Fleece has almost like a twill-like texture on the outside of the fabric, which I think just makes it a lot more elevated than your average cozy set. So it doesn't look like you just rolled out of bed, even though you absolutely could have. And let me tell you this, the Plush Fleece sets that I bought last year in the Warrior collection, I have abused them. Gym, outside of the gym, I've worn them hiking, I've traveled in them, errands, washing machine, dryer, and when I say they look the exact same as they did when I bought them, I mean it. Like the quality, this isn't me just being like, BuffBunny's great. I mean, quite literally, I'm so impressed with the durability. And for me, I really like that because I live, again, in a warmer state. I really only pull out winter wear once a year, and there's nothing that drives me crazier than pulling out something as a necessity and then realizing that it's fallen apart from last season. But Plush Fleece passes the test every single time. So if you want loungewear, but that actually lasts, then this is what I would recommend. We'll talk about the jacket first. The jacket is a hip length, very, very similar to the one last year. They did say there were fit updates. To me, it's almost exactly the same. So I would say pretty negligible on the fit updates. But this year, arms are still super, super roomy, which I personally like. Lots of space, lots of comfort, which is right up my alley. So I personally would not recommend sizing up because I think that it's already got a really cozy, super relaxed fit. And I think just staying true to size is the way to go, unless you want something really, really baggy. But I think you could go true to size and it'll still give you something really relaxed, but still kind of polished and effortless. And then we have the Plush Fleece straight leg pants, and these, again, straight leg, not joggers. I am not a fan of joggers. I really don't like the way that they look on me, but these, absolutely a win. Again, relaxed fit, super comfortable, very wearable, very I could sit on the couch, or I could go and get coffee. Both would absolutely make sense. Again, these are true to size, but it really comes down to personal preference. So some people like a really, really oversized bottom. I personally don't. However, if you do, there is a drawstring to ensure that it snatches the waist still. So these do come in 3 inseams as well, short, regular, and tall, which we love. However, full transparency, again, they are long. So these are a 34-inch inseam. I did get the tall, but they do drag on the ground. Now, personally, that doesn't bother me. I actually like a really, really long pant, but it is something to think about if you're worried about the bottom getting dirty or maybe fraying over time. If you don't already have plush fleece, I would really highly encourage you just to get a set because of the durability and because it's the kind of set that will carry you through winter. Warm, comfortable, durable. What else can I say? I think if you want something really cozy that you can rely on season to season, this is it. Plush fleece, still undefeated. So last but certainly not least, this is the plush fleece crew neck pullover. If you guys know me, you already know this was never not going to be in my cart. I love a pullover. I live in sweatshirts. I wear them over everything. I wear them at home. I bring them to the gym. I keep them in my car. I bring them to work. If there's a pullover related, I'm interested. This one I got in the plastic pink color and like, oh, it's such a pretty pink. So obviously right across the front, it has the word Summit, the name of the launch. And this is raised embroidery with the pink camo inside the lettering. And I just feel like that font is giving very varsity or like collegiate, very like stole my boyfriend's sweatshirt kind of thing if it wasn't pink. And I just think it's really cute. I grew up in like early 2000s, Abercrombie, Hollister, and still like anything varsity related with the collegiate letter, always and forever. Where are my millennials? Am I right? Now these do come in colors that do not have the summit across the front. I personally really like the summit across the front because I know because it's specifically named after a launch, like this is a one-time thing, one and done. It's not going to be restocked. So it feels like a little, I was here for Summit 26. I also really, really love the pink with the camo. I just think it is so, so cute. First of all, this pink is wonderful. The perfect pink. And I have a lot of pink. Not too blue, not too orange, not too vibrant, just a perfect baby pink. But I think paired with the camo, I love doing like grit and glam and masculine and feminine. Very, very much my aesthetic, my vibe. I love it. It's like tough, but soft. So this absolutely 100% was going to be my cart. I love this. So fit-wise, the length is really, really nice. It's not awkward, not super cropped, not super long. It's just a solid, wearable, throw it on and go kind of sweatshirt. I do think true to size is great. Unless you want it super oversized. I personally went with a medium because that's just how I like my pullovers to fit. So relaxed, but not like drowning in fabric. But honestly, there's really not a ton to like overanalyze here, and that's a good thing. It's cozy, it's cute, it's well made. It goes with the rest of the collection. I mean, no notes. I love it. All right, well that was everything in my PR box, but before I wrap this up for good and start contemplating all the things that I suddenly need to add to my cart, I will go ahead and do Brit's top picks. And listen, I'm gonna say this with my whole chest. I genuinely loved everything in my PR box. So honestly, everything could probably be a top pick. But if you forced me, like truly forced me to narrow it down to 3 must-haves, I'm gonna say number 1, Dream Heather leggings, pure versatility. Gym, errands, travel, life, they do it all, and they do it well. Number 2, Colorado fleece jacket, functional, flattering, something I know I'll reach for. And number 3, base layer top. That one is sneaky good. That one is perfect for like mixing and matching. It's good for warmth. It's usable inside and outside. That's what's wrapping up my top 3. And I feel like these 3 pieces really can kind of wrap up your wardrobe. Very much staple pieces that can mix and match. They're practical, they're wearable. And so I feel like these 3 are an actual investment since we're being smart this year. No more fast fashion. So that concludes everything. Of course, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It really, really means so much to me. And I love getting to connect with my BuffBunny girls through these launches and through the different platforms. And this community is just one of my favorite parts of being on the team. And I'm always so, so grateful that you guys are here. This is the point in the video where I awkwardly say the thing that every YouTuber says. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow. Do whatever your heart desires, no pressure. I'll pretend to be cool about it. Again, like always, if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below or send me a message on Instagram and I will try to answer your questions to the best of my ability or find someone who can give you the feedback that you're looking for. Again, quick reminder, one last time, the Summit Collection launches January 31st at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can use my code BEST to save an additional 10% and support me in my continued journey with the BuffBunny brand. I appreciate you all so, so much. Thank you again for being here. I love you all.